Hey guys, Rebecca Overson here. I hope you don't mind a late night pop-up, but as I am scrolling through this Facebook group, which I do on a regular basis, this one post stopped me in my tracks, and there's so much good stuff here. We're gonna do a little bit of myth busting, and those of you that know me and have been around me for a while know that I'm a super straight shooter, okay? I'm here to support you, and I'm here to help you get results, and so we gotta just stop the insanity for just a minute here. Okay, so specifically, I'm looking at Whitney's post, and she's saying, what have you done to get the phone ringing ASAP if you're just starting out, don't have a strong social media presence or following or client list to work off of? The beginnings of the holidays has hit me hard as a new business, which I totally get that, Whitney, but I want you to know it's not about the holidays. It's just being a new business owner and not knowing what you're doing, okay? So myth number one, you need a strong social media following to build a business. It's just not true. You don't need a strong social media following to build a business. Number two, you don't need a client list to work off of. You need to know how to get clients, and you need to have a predictable and systematic process for getting clients, okay? Guys, this is a totally different skill than doing massage. I hope you guys understand. If you're gonna go into private practice for yourself, you cannot afford to do this on your own. It's crazy town. It's crazy, and I see so many people totally beating themselves up because they're struggling and they think that it's personal. They think there's something wrong with you. The only thing that's wrong is you don't know how to build a business and you've never done it before, and that's okay, right? So I'm just gonna do a lot of myth busting, all right? If you guys don't mind, because again, there's like 95 comments on here and so much bad advice. Also, I get a kick out of when people say, you should really book a call with Rebecca, and the response is, who's Rebecca? So you guys, you're posting in my Facebook group. It's called The Art of Building a Successful Massage Practice with Rebecca Overson, and there's my face on it. That's me, okay? This is my Facebook group. So I always giggle, and I know it pops up in your Facebook feed, and you don't necessarily know where it's coming from, but it just makes me laugh when people are like, who's Rebecca? And you're posting in my Facebook group. It's like being in somebody's living room and saying, whose house is this, right? Anyway, okay, so look, there are a lot of things that you can do, obviously, to get the phone ringing, all right? A lot of people are doing holiday specials, and that's fine, but I don't necessarily recommend that you start running a holiday special as a brand new business. So Whitney, you need like big time business strategy. And because you can have holiday specials, but if you don't have any clients, then who are you going to share the specials with? Okay. And then also, Whitney was saying, she's like, I don't have a strong social media following, but a bunch of you chimed in saying, I do the giveaways on Facebook and Instagram and Google and all of that stuff. But again, if you don't have a strong social media following, then you can't do that strategy. And again, I repeat, you do not need to have a strong social media following to build a business. You guys, a lot of us did this before there was even an internet. And you can totally be very quickly successful without a web page, without an Instagram account. And, probably having an account on Facebook, every single person listening to me has at least that. And that's really all that you need, okay? So, and then Amy chimed in and said, get a business coach like Rebecca. And then somebody said, okay, well, Whitney said, when I can afford a business coach, I'll definitely do that. But you guys, let me reframe this for you. You can't afford not to have a business coach. I've got a graduate in my program, worked with me for 8 weeks, less than 2 years, maybe 2 years ago. Just pulled in $11,400 this month on her own, solo practice, okay? Think about how costly it is for you to go and run around and spend a ton of time trying to figure this out on your own. It's costing you $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month in revenue that you're not earning. So that tells me we need to start, I want to encourage you guys to start thinking like a business owner and not think about your expenses, but think about the return on your investment. What you can't afford to do are make costly mistakes. What you can't afford to do is keep paying rent on a space when you have no clients. What you can't afford to do is continue doubting yourself and wondering what's wrong with you and why you can't get clients, and seeing the end of the runway getting closer and closer and closer until you just throw in the towel completely. What you can't afford to do is not know how to give your gifts to the world and struggle in business indefinitely like I did for 8 years. You can't afford to do that. Okay, so you got to start thinking differently. By the way, you guys, those of you that are watching live, feel free to say hi and chime in, ask any questions, okay? I'm just kind of like, I get all fired up about this stuff, you guys, because look, I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to have no clue what you're doing. And when there are mentors and experts with proven strategies out there that know how to do this and know how to do it quickly, it just kind of makes me crazy that people don't just jump on that as an opportunity. Like, oh my gosh, if I had that 25 years ago, my entire life would have changed. And I know the people that I have the opportunity to work with as their mentor, I know I changed their entire life. I take it seriously because when I teach you how to build a business with nothing, then you can do anything, right? Right? Okay, so I'm gonna keep going here. So Tracy's like, oh yeah, same, I can't afford it, all this stuff. You guys, listen, if money's that tight and you have no reserves, you probably shouldn't be building a business. Okay, you cannot sell enough enchiladas out of the back of your Honda Civic to be able to afford equipment to open your Mexican restaurant. You guys follow the analogy here? You have got to have resources. You've got to have capital. You've got to have credit cards. You've got to have savings. You've got to have a 401k. You've got to take out a second mortgage on your home. You've got to borrow money from your parents. You've got to raise money with your clients or investors or something like that. Like, think of it as a business. Otherwise it's an expensive hobby. And this Facebook group is called The Art of Building a Successful Massage Practice, not the art of running an expensive massage hobby. Okay, so it's just the thinking shifts that need to happen here. Okay, so Tracy said, yeah, I'm in the same boat. Vanessa says, me too. Bridget says, I feel you. Okay, and then Katie chimes in and says, so what's your niche? And Whitney says, deep tissue. Guys, skills are not a niche. Skills just aren't a niche. I love you so much. Please don't think I'm getting mad at you. I get really, really passionate about this. So your skills are not a niche. Your skill, like the best thing that anybody watching this could do, especially if it's the first time meeting me, go to the video section of this Facebook group and binge watch every Facebook Live I've ever done for the past 3 years. I'm not kidding you. Like, just binge watch it. Just turn it on while you're just listen to it in your sleep, listen to it while you're working out. Like, there is so much here, or at least if you want to make it even simpler, go to my webpage right now, rockyourmassagepractice.com, and register for my free 60-minute webinar. It's called 5 Shifts for Creating Your Own Successful Massage Practice, even if you're surrounded by competition, okay? Where I just literally break it all down for you, okay? So I'm here to help, and I want to make sure that you guys are taking advantage of the resources here. That's kind of why I'm like, I'm going to go crazy here, because I feel like we pump this out. We give you guys all this information all the time, and if you don't seek it out from the right sources, it's not going to do you any good. And I've poured my heart and soul into that webinar and so many of the things that I give you guys for free. Please use it. Please use it. Okay, so let's go back to deep tissue. Deep tissue is not a niche. A niche is a population you solve, as I define it, it's a population you serve or a problem you solve. Okay, so bear with me. Those of you, my students and graduates, you hear this analogy all the time. But saying my niche or my specialty is deep tissue is like a plumber driving around a giant white van that says, I have tools in here. Wrenches, screwdrivers, hammers, pipe wrenches, big ones, small ones, duct tape. No one cares about your tools. You can't can you imagine driving down the road and being on the freeway and seeing a guy with a truck that says, I have wrenches in here? You'd be like, creepy, right? Versus plumber, 24-hour plumber, or handyman, or electrician. Electrician probably wouldn't have like a ton of wrenches, but we all have the same tools, you guys. People don't give a flying fig about the skills that you actually have. You cannot market that way. And that is like probably the number 3 reason why I see massage therapists struggling so much is because they're promoting their techniques. Repeat after me. Your clients don't give a shit about your techniques. Your clients don't give a shit about your techniques, and you cannot market that way. Okay, you got to think about the problems that you solve or who needs your skills. All right? This is especially true in the massage therapy industry where people are downright afraid of us. And if that's news to you, then I'm sorry to break it to you. Your prospective clients largely are afraid of you. Okay? All right, so yeah, sorry. I chimed in on this post and then I was like, I just got to do a Facebook Live. Okay, so then Judd chimed in and said, get a Google short link, text it to people you've massaged, and then have them give you a review. It's been best for me. Okay, but you guys, look, again, this is a person that's asking who has no clients. Reviews are important, but what she's asking is, how do you get clients in the first place? Okay, so also getting Google reviews requires that the person has a Google account. So that's like an extra step and can be a pain in the butt for a lot of people. I totally agree with it, but that's best when you have an established practice. And what Whitney is asking is, how do you get clients in the first place? Okay, all right, then some people went on and on about Hyde Park, New York, and that's great. And then also, you guys, I have to tell you, I did have a massage from a therapist once. And they texted me to follow up and said, how are you feeling? And I said, better. And they're like, and then the next text I got was, hey, would you go leave a review on Google for me? And it was super tacky. It's super tacky. It felt contrived. It felt like this person was like, how are you feeling today? Okay, will you leave a review for me? Like, but they didn't care about me. They cared about the review. So the finesse in how you approach and how you communicate is massively, massively important here. Okay. So yeah, thank you, Daniel. You know, I do not sugarcoat. I'm blunt. Sometimes people watch these Facebook Lives and they think I'm like angry. I just get so fired up because I care. I care about you guys, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes that are costing so many people their livelihood, their passion, their paychecks, and all of those things. Okay. All right. Then Elizabeth chimes in and says, when I was starting my business, I did free chair massage, passed out cards, and offered a special rate. You guys, I love you, Elizabeth, and doing free chair massage is one of the worst ways to market your practice, and here's why. A lot of people, first of all, chair massage does not convert to table clients. 90% of the time, people want a chair massage because it's like, ooh, chair massage, ooh, cool, I'm at Whole Foods. Oh, my neck hurts, why don't you work on me? They're not looking for a massage therapist. And it is a brave and noble effort to stand there with your lonely massage chair and a smile on your face going, massage, $1 a minute. Don't even put $1 a minute on, I'll smack you guys. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's awkward. It doesn't leave your dignity necessarily intact. And if you are an extreme extrovert, then that strategy might work for you. But you can't just stand there and hope that people talk to you. Okay. So, again, also strategy depending on your niche. Now, Elizabeth might just be super good about converting people to clients, but most people that are doing free chair massage, when I ask them how many hours of free chair massage have they done and how many clients they've actually gotten from it, it makes zero sense. It's a massive, massive waste of time, and there are just much more effective strategies than that, okay? All right, and then Elizabeth, great to jump in and help here. She says, the key to networking is starting with people you trust and building from there. If you get nervous on the phone, write out a script you can read aloud. Well, yes, absolutely, you guys. That we all know that word of mouth marketing is the best in any industry, right? But the question here is, how do you get started in that? How does an introvert, how many of you guys watching me right now are introverts and are terrified of talking to people? Just put that in the comments. Just say introvert and terrified, okay? Put that in the comments. Or maybe you're an extrovert and you still have no idea what to say. Okay, so 100%, you do need to work with people that you trust and build from there. But again, the question is how? Because I've talked to hundreds of massage therapists that are knocking down doors of people that they know, and they're totally screwing it up because they're not approaching it properly. They're not using strategy. So the bottom line here that I want to leave you guys with, just like talking on the phone. Exactly, right? The thing I want to leave you with is this has to be done with strategy. So when I see these conversations, I have to intervene, because what I see is like a lot of people just chucking spaghetti at the wall. Or as the analogy that I gave further on in this post, I said, you guys, this is like somebody saying, how do you bake the perfect chocolate chip cookies? And people are saying, use chocolate chips. And some people are saying, follow the high altitude instructions. And other people are saying, well, it's about the salt and the baking soda proportions. And some people are saying, use gluten-free flour or use dark chocolate chips. Like, it's not the complete recipe. And all those things could be true, but they will be limited or in their ability to be employed or totally useless depending on who's using them. Obviously, somebody who's not in high altitude doesn't need to follow the high altitude instructions. So a lot of the advice that's given out there on the internet and in books and things like that with massage therapists and how to build a practice, it's not in the context of the person that needs the information. See, a huge portion of the work that I do with students is actually centered with my students in my business mentoring academy. It's about communication. It's about mindset. Like, strategy is important, but we have to, what's the word? We have to get the person using the strategy connected to their greatness, connected to their mission, connected to their purpose. It's not about getting bodies on your table. It's not. And when we devolve it into that, it becomes very transactional. It becomes, I have to get clients. I'm going to throw up a Facebook post that I built on Canva and put it all over Instagram and all over, because then you just come across as freaking desperate to get clients. So it's not about that. It's not just use chocolate chips to bake chocolate chip cookies, obviously, right? It's looking at the whole recipe, the whole strategy, understanding human beings, understanding marketing messaging, understanding the mindset and the things that are getting in the way. Like the Facebook Live I did this morning, where we talked about, we with Brenda, where we talked about that was her biggest shift was the fear and the doubts and getting that out of the way so that she could actually take action. Is this making sense? Okay. And so then let's see. And then Tiffany says that, I understand, when you move to a new place and you don't know anybody, it takes months to rebuild, or it takes like 8 weeks, you guys. I've seen people do it in amazing amounts of time. It usually takes 3 to 5 years to build a practice. I see people doing it in a matter of weeks to months. Okay. But again, what I'm concerned about is I don't want you guys running around speaking to the Chamber of Commerce, speaking to the Chamber of Commerce, joining BNI networking groups to the tune of I don't know what they charge now, $800 a year or something crazy like that. If you don't get your marketing messaging right and you're not connected to your purpose and your mission, you're just running around getting free continental breakfasts at networking groups and you're not going to get a return on the investment. Okay. So, all right. So Deandra's following, JC Marie's following, right? And then Roger says, telephone call today. Hello, school board. I'd like to offer your staff some complimentary massage vouchers. And they say, you realize we have over 120 staff, right? Okay, again, that's probably somebody following the 60 clients in 60 days strategy, which can be absolutely lethal to your practice if you don't do it right. Okay? You have to think about the goal, the end goal. Again, it's not just getting bodies on your table. If that were the case, then everybody would be running a Groupon and loving it. And I've seen Groupon destroy more well-meaning massage practices than actually build them. Okay. All right. And then also, Eric chimes in, which is great. He says, I called all the chiropractors I could in town and told them I would offer their patients a special rate. Offer the doctor or the staff to come in for a complimentary 30-minute session and see what I do. Again, could be a good strategy, but if it's poorly executed, and maybe Eric just rocks on the phone, if it's poorly executed, then it can actually damage your reputation. Okay. All right. Audrey says, I have a first-time client special rate, 3 referrals, and all that stuff. Again, good, but who are you trying to get on your massage table is always the first question that you need to answer. And if the answer is anyone and everyone, then you're already off to the wrong start. Okay. And then Amy says, just started my business in August. I work with a chiropractor, so I get some referrals, but not many. This last month, I just hustled. I did a lot of free events. I did chair massage. I sat at women's health fairs. I mean, oh my gosh, she's got a giant paragraph of all the things that she did, She says, maybe some of that will help. She's booked now, again, which is good, you guys, because you're looking at one part of the equation, which is how do you actually get those clients? But then when you get that in, anybody can go out and hustle. But if you don't know how to build a sustainable business and you don't know how to retain those clients, then you can hustle your ass off and be booked for 3 weeks out. But then come January, you have no clients again, right? So think about this globally and holistically. Not only how do I get the right clients in on my table, but how do I build a thriving, sustainable practice that's going to give me what I'm looking for. Okay, because Amy did a lot of charity, a lot of donations and things like that. And then she says, she had talked to the MD. Maria says, how in the hell did you get through to the MD? I worked for an attorney and in a past life, and I was his gatekeeper, and that's a huge obstacle that I teach people how to get around. But you can't just call up offices and just say, hey, you want some free massages. There is a way to make that work and to get through the gatekeepers and to speak to the decision makers, and that's an important skill to develop. Okay. Crystal says, try Zeal or Soothe if they're in your area. It'll allow you to pick up jobs while building your clientele, which I totally agree with in the sense that you need to have income. Do not try to build a business when you're totally desperate for income. It can be very, very, very hard. So you absolutely can subsidize your dream and hustle with companies like Zeal and Soothe. You guys just don't steal clients from those companies. Please don't steal clients from those companies. Okay. Let's see here. And then again, 60 clients in 60 days, but you guys, I have a lot to say about that. And it's that, if mis-executed, it can be damaging to your practice. Okay. I've seen some really bad stuff that therapists put out there and I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't do that. Okay. Let's see what else here. This was a long post, you guys. I'm going through 96 comments. Again, chair massage at coffee shops. No. And at Chamber of Commerce events. No. Hell, it's Christmas. I would call local banks and see if they'd be interested in massages as an employee reward. Again, you guys, that's no. All right. Renee says, networking groups, even if you visit one group at a time, offer an introductory special. But again, you guys, it goes back to who are you trying to get on your table? It cannot be everybody. You cannot help everybody. And you can't build a practice trying to get everybody on your table. Okay. Open house event announcement on Facebook. Okay, again, but if you don't have any clients and you're going to have, your mom and your best friend and your next door neighbor show up to your open house. Okay, so again, some good so-so advice on here, a lot of bad advice here. And that's why I wanted to hop on here, Facebook Live, and clarify a couple of things. Donating to charities, no. Don't donate to charities to try and get clients, you guys. Donate to charities because you want to support the charity. Don't do it to try to get clients. All right. Let's see. Black Friday specials can be great, but you guys, if you're already in the red, then you're just basically robbing Peter to pay Paul if you do an awesome Black Friday special, but you need a long-term strategy. Okay. So there was that. I think I got through all of the comments that were on that post that Whitney asked about, just starting out. But bottom line, you guys, is you need a strategy and you need to invest in you. You need to work through your mind trash. You need to work through your fears, your doubts. Some of you have gotten to the point where you're like seriously totally questioning your gifts and questioning if you even made the right career choice. I've worked with so many people that were literally about to throw in the towel on their careers. And then when they did our free 60-minute call that we offer, which you guys should book if you haven't, okay, but only if you're serious about your success, please, all right, is that they literally had just tried everything. They tried all of these things and nothing was working. And it could be one teeny tiny shift that you need to make. Just like a key, if it's one little tooth is bent, it's not going to open the door. No matter how many times you jam it in there and try to turn it, it's not going to open the door. You have to have the formula just right. And you have to have it right for you. You have to have it in balance, in the right proportions, in the right time, and really have clarity about where it is that you want to go and why it's important for you to get there. Okay? All right. So that's that. I see a ton of you watching live with me right now. So we're just going to go right into live Q&A. All right, you guys? So hit me with your questions. I'm going to actually go back and scroll through your questions and comments because I see there are a lot of them. So bear with me just a second. I've got to scroll back up into the Facebook group and see what's happening here. So let's see. So Danielle, okay, hold on, you guys. I've got to load all the comments. Give me just a second here. Danielle says, all of these suggestions are devaluing the whole profession of massage therapy and damaging to us all. To a certain degree. Again, I do not at all want to minimize that people are rushing to Whitney's help to try and support her and all of that stuff. But you guys, it's important that you're getting advice from successful massage therapists and even better, one that's invested in your success. Okay, like a mentor, like myself, people that this is what we do. I have built, launched, branded hundreds of massage therapists and helped them to go from zero to hero in a really short period of time. And I know what they need on the outside, but I also know what they have to have on the inside or it's not going to work. There are 3 qualities that all the successful ones possess that the ones that struggle forever don't have. Okay? And that's always what I'm looking for. That's why my program isn't open to everybody, because not everybody's going to succeed. I hate to break it to you guys, but not everybody's going to succeed. It's just like everybody who's ever thrown out a demo tape to a record producer. Do you know how teeny tiny percentage of the people ever see the light of day? It's kind of like that. Okay. So rock stars have a certain quality in this industry, and I know what that is, and I know how to identify them. So let's see. Annette says, do your other videos help define how to find out what your perfect client is? In the sense, Annette, we could just talk about that right now. It's not about your perfect client. Look, a perfect client is somebody who pays you more than you charge, shows up perfectly on time, sends 10 people a week to you, always pays a late cancel or no-show fee, does all their homework. So it's not really about defining a perfect client. Annette, really what it's about is defining your niche, which again, is how I define it. It's a problem you solve with the tools that you have. Okay? There's a finite number of niches, you guys. I taught a workshop. I was a paid workshop, had a couple of people take advantage of that. And a lot of people complain about how much I charge. But you guys, listen, return on investment. It's a thing, right? We got to think differently here. So Annette, think about, who am I best equipped to serve? Who do I want to use my skills and tools and modalities with? What problems am I confident solving, interested in solving, passionate about solving, have overcome myself? I had a very successful prenatal massage practice because I, at the time, had given birth to my 2 sons in 2 years. I had really awesome home births and really powerful experiences. And when I talked about how powerful my birth experiences were with my girlfriends, they were like, y'all be crazy, because they were traumatized in birth. And I thought, whoa, really? Wow. And it was my friend Jessica. I will never forget. We were all as the high school cheerleaders, Cottonwood High School, class of 94. We were all sitting around at Christmas dinner, which we often have done now for 25 years. And I was sharing my birth story, my first baby. And I remember Jessica looking at me and going, birth is awesome. No matter what, it's incredible to give life. She says, but you, Rebecca, have touched a world that we don't even know exists because we made different choices. And I thought, wow, I wish that all women would know their options to have an empowered childbirth. And so I got really, really bananas about empowering women in childbirth. And I started talking to every single pregnant woman I was within 5 feet of because I wanted to empower them. And then I thought, well, crap, why don't I just build a prenatal massage practice? So my prenatal massage practice wasn't because I loved prenatal massage. It was because I wanted to empower pregnant women. And I had these 2 hands, and I had the skills, and I had the mother effing body cushions, and I had all of the, my own experiences giving birth, and voila, I built an empire in a really short period of time. So think about that, okay? Think about that in terms of, Annette, in terms of what were you put on this planet to do, not just who's my perfect client, okay? Okay, so let me just see what other, hold on one second, you guys. Might get noisy here, hold on. Okay. Yeah, totally, Cindy. Going back to what I said about being an introvert, you can be an introvert and still build a massage business, but you have to develop that muscle. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to get confident in the CEO aspects of running a business, not the massage therapist aspects. You're already good at that. Okay. Danielle, I love you so much. She says the best investment you can make is in yourself. We have to grow into the people capable of running the business we dream of having with the perfect clients we want to attract. Exactly. Right? That's exactly right. I always say that in order to grow your business, you have to grow. You have to grow. You have to look at what's holding you back. Why haven't you been successful? Why aren't you going for it? Why have you been selling out, working at a crappy spa or franchise for the last 5 years when you have this big dream in the background? There's something stopping you from doing that. And that's what I like to just zero in on, just beeline for that. Those of you that have had those discovery calls with me, it's like, whoa, I didn't think the call was going to be about that. And I'm like, that's right. Because we have to discover the real problem, which is never what you think. You come in with symptoms called, I don't know how to get clients. But real quick, we get you to the truth of why that is and what's going on so that you can really choose to fix it or not. Fix the real problem, okay? Hi, Courtney. Hi again, Dan. Okay, Iris says, can MLD and lymphatic facials be a target market? Do you think it's sustainable? Okay, again, let's take out target market. Let's take out demographics. Let's take out all of that stuff. Okay, manual lymphatic drainage, Iris, and lymphatic facials, those are tools. Those are skills, right? Those are skills that you have. The question you want to ask is, who needs those skills? Is it sustainable? Absolutely. Go, Iris, go look up in the videos for the interview I did with one of my graduates. Her name is Alicia. It's Alesha. She's making over 10 grand a month, working 3 days a week, doing manual lymphatic drainage. So yes, it's sustainable. But again, with the right strategies and with you having the proper mindset and attitude, viewpoint, skills, and abilities as a CEO of your own business. You can't just be an awesome, big-hearted, willing to help and wanting to serve massage therapist. You have to be a kick-ass business owner. You have to think like a CEO. You have to be that two-headed monster. You know, you've got the massage therapist in you that just wants to, help everybody, but you do have to have a business brain or it's just going to be an expensive hobby. Okay. Annette says, I love these questions, you guys. Annette says, how much does your business name factor into your branding? I just registered a lot, Annette. So much. Your business name can ruin you. Again, everything with strategy. Say it with me. Everything with strategy, you guys. So Annette, if you want to run your business name past me, do so at your own risk. Okay. No, all kidding aside, like I will happy to give you coaching on that. Okay. Don't use generic names. And also you can't name your business without clarity in your niche. You guys see how this, like all this comes together? Going back to the chocolate chip cookie analogy. How do I bake chocolate chip cookies? In an oven with flour. Make sure you add eggs. It's like, yeah, but if you add the eggs after the cookies are baked, you're not going to get cookies. You're going to get cookies with eggs on top. Do you guys see what I'm saying? It's a process. It's a system. I have figured it out. Listen, you guys, I am bold enough and confident enough about the work that I do to say I am an expert in building practices. I know exactly how to do this. And that's why it drives me a little bit crazy to see so many of you either struggling unwittingly or unwilling to invest in yourself when you literally your whole life could be different a year from now, 6 months from now. If you know what I know and you do what I tell you to do, you will be rocking, you will be thriving. And that's what I want for all of you. Okay. All right. So, hi, Nathan, who's coming to my house on Monday to give me a massage. I love it. Daniel, yes. Now listen, my friend, we've talked a couple of times, right? We've talked a couple of times. I know the first time we talked, I didn't invite you into my program because I felt like skills were something that you needed to work on. And I remember telling you need to go work on like 200 people. You need to get some clarity and some confidence in your actual hands. But yeah, Daniel, that is exactly what most therapists are lacking is the CEO side of it. They don't. First of all, you're not the CEO of YOU. A lot of you are letting other people run your practices. Okay, I did a Facebook Live on that one like last week or 2 weeks ago. How to know if other people are running your practices or where you're giving your power away. Okay, and it's okay, Daniel. Again, it's not like, oh, there's no shame about it. It's not your fault. Massage schools are not business schools. They're trade schools. They're massage schools. They give you 2 seconds of marketing and 1 second of business plan, which is crap anyway. Nobody needs a business plan unless you're going to go like borrow, $500,000 to open a spa, which probably nobody in this group is going to do. So, you know what I mean? Like that's massage schools are there to get your licensure, not to teach you how to thrive. That's my job. That's why you enroll in my academy is so that I can teach you how to make money with the skills that you just paid 5, 10, 15, 25, 30 grand, whatever your massage school cost. Okay. Okay, good. Cindy says, I'm almost always fully booked a week or 2 in advance. I have a great client relationships. People rebook without asking too. I charge $65 an hour. Cindy, $65 an hour. I love you. And I was charging that like 20 years ago. So my concern with you, Cindy, let me just finish. Sorry. Let me read what you said. I'd give a $10 an hour discount if there's, so you're charging $55 an hour, Cindy. This is not okay. I love you. And this is not okay. Most of my clients get that discount because they rebook regularly. But if they're going to book regularly, why are you discounting your service? I've been doing this for 14 years, make the best money now that I ever have. I feel like I'd love to work a little less and make more. Okay, well, Cindy, I'm going to tell you right now, get your butt on a call with me because you're headed for burnout, especially if you've been doing it for 14 years and you're charging $65. Okay, like you can't, you've got some holes in your practice bucket and you're only going to be able to last so long. There's a point where you may start to get resentful. Yes, you've got your book 2 weeks out and you have these lovely loyal clients, but I'm telling you, unless you make some critical changes, and there's reasons why you haven't already, probably fear of losing clients, fear of raising rates, self-worth. There's all kinds of things that are embedded in people undercharging for their services. And again, I definitely don't want to undermine your accomplishment. I think it's awesome. I mean, you have all these things that a lot of massage therapists would love to have, but then I want to look at how much longer can you keep that up? Because you're not making as much as you could. You're discounting for no good reason. and you're totally undervaluing your services. Seriously, 14 years. Oh, Cindy, I love you too much to just not step over that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Danielle, you're just focused on putting together a resume to work for someone else. Yeah, exactly. Right. That's where a lot of people get to. And it just sucks to feel like you have to give up on your dream. And I don't want that for you guys. Okay. So listen, run, please. Don't look, I just actually opened up a couple of hours on Saturday for calls. You guys, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Rebecca Overson. This is my group. I've been a massage therapist for 25 years. And I sucked for the first 8 years and even quit massage therapy altogether. Totally gave up on my dream and started answering phones for $10 an hour. It was glorious. It taught me a lot, actually, and I learned a lot about business in the 4 or 5 years that I was away from the profession, never thinking I would come back. And then as destiny and fate would have it, I did return to the profession, and I built a thriving practice almost overnight because I had figured out how to stop making the critical business mistakes everybody's making and how to actually implement proven systems and strategies for making a business work. That's pretty much it. I cracked the code. And so I built a thriving practice. I ran that for 9 years. I sold it for the exact amount that I wanted. And I now coach and mentor massage therapists all over the world, 6 different countries and counting, to build thriving, sustainable practices of their own faster than they ever thought possible, making more money than they ever thought that they could, and loving it and thriving, right? Like you guys deserve that. So go book a call with me. Everybody listening right now, if you haven't booked a call with me, go book a call with me, or you'll talk to me, or you'll talk to Coach Amy. Amy has been trained to do these calls. These calls, you guys, they're like a therapy session. Okay? We're going to dig in deep. We're going to get total clarity about what's not working, where you want to go, and and all of that stuff. And if we can really serve you, we'll tell you exactly what that looks like to work with me. And if not, we'll tell you that too. It's not a sales pitch. It's like massive clarity and massive value. I've had so many people that we do these calls with, and for one reason or another, we end up not working together, but they say, Rebecca, this was so eye-opening for me, like it was for Daniel. I really want you guys to get clarity so that you know what next steps to take, whether we work together or not. And please know I will never invite you into the program unless I am totally confident that we can help you get where you want to go and that we would love to work with you. If it's not a good fit, it's not going to work. Okay? I'm actually surprised nobody's asked me what the 3 characteristics are that I mentioned before of successful massage therapists. So I'll just drop that and see if anybody wants to take that one. Yeah, seriously. Okay, so you just go to rockyourmassagepractice.com, click on the page that says work with me. It's actually /work with me altogether. rockyourmassagepractice.com /work with me. And then just click the link to get on my schedule or Amy's schedule. You guys, I can't talk to everybody, okay? There's literally 12,000 of you in this group, and I only have so many hours a week I do these calls. So I have Coach Amy on deck, and she is there, and just absolutely has a heart of gold. And she's a tough cookie too in terms of really helping you guys get clarity and stop joking yourself about what's not working in your practice. Okay, so that's really how it works. Massively, massively valuable. Okay, let's see. Vilka says the city or the state where we live should influence our price. Some city are depend on the other. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay, it's something you can take into consideration. But here's what I want to caution you guys. Most massage therapists are discounting to compete on price because they don't have a niche, because they don't know how to run a business, because they're not doing anything with strategy. How do I know that? Massive failure rates in this industry indicate that most massage therapists out there don't know what they're doing. So you don't want to look at other massage therapists to see what they're doing. Make sense? Your prices have to be based on what you need to earn and what your expenses are and what makes you happy and fulfilled and crying tears of joy when you go, oh my gosh, like one of my clients I told you about earlier who's made $11,000+ this month as a solo practitioner. Pretty amazing. Okay? So it's not necessarily just the region you live in, Vilka. Okay? Good to consider that, but certainly do not base your prices on that. Okay? Daniel, you're moving to Maui. Yay. Awesome. So reach out to me again, Daniel. I'm happy to talk to you again. All right. But you guys, there's also a cost of waiting. Okay. The more efficient I get with producing off the charts results with my students, the more I raise my price. Okay. So some of you talked to me 2 years ago, program's completely different, better and better and better, and an even bigger investment because I'm no kidding 100% confident about the results that we produce with people. Okay. Yes, 3 characteristics. Okay, Cindy and Danielle, you wanted to know. So I'll tell you guys. Number 1 is you have to be decisive and committed to end the struggle right now. Like, you will not go one more day knowing that there are experts out there that know how to get this shit done, and we do it all day long, and you are absolutely sick of struggling. Okay, that is the number 1 characteristic, first characteristic. You have to be totally committed. Like, no more excuses. I'm not gonna suffer through one more day trying to figure this out on my own, hoping and praying that, I get a shout out on some Instagram influencers page and get boatloads of clients. That's not what you need. You know what I mean? So committed to ending the struggle of poverty, and basically poverty and struggle are the disease of this industry. Okay. So you have to be totally committed to breaking free from that. Even if you don't know how, you just have to, it starts with being 100% committed. The second thing is you have to be coachable. You got to listen to what I say. You got to do it. Like, I don't care if you're afraid. Do it anyway. You got to get action produces results. You got to take the actions. I'm not going to sit around and argue with people about what doesn't work. I already know for 95% of us, chair massage does not yield table clients. I already know for 100% of us, trying to get anybody with a pulse on your table doesn't work. Okay, like, I already know those things. So I only work with people, and the people that are most successful is because they're coachable. They're willing to learn from the experts, and they're willing to take action. Okay, you can't just sit on the couch and magically vibe in clients. It doesn't work. And then the third thing is that they are resourceful. And resourceful means you're going to be unstoppable. Money's not going to get in the way. Time's not going to get in the way. Family circumstances aren't going to get in the way. You guys, I have a woman in my program right now who's literally losing her vision. She's going blind. She's got 2 little kids, like 2 kids under 3. She's going blind. She's got all kinds of stuff going on, circumstances in her life. And a lot of people would use that as a reason to just be like, oh, well, my life is too hard and blah, blah, blah. Uses as excuses. No, she's kicking ass. She's busted through her fear. She's busted through her obstacles. It's so freaking inspiring to me, because when people are resourceful, you hit a brick wall. So what? Put up a ladder, dig a tunnel, put some dynamite through it, build a door in it. Oh, go around it. Like, nothing stops you. So I've just noticed when I find the committed, nothing can stop them from having what they want. And those are the only people that I work with, because the other ones are quite frankly going to waste my time and waste their own time too. I'm not here to blow sunshine up anyone's skirt. In case you guys haven't noticed, I'm a straight shooter and I just speak the truth. I don't sugarcoat things because it doesn't serve you. How many of you guys had that person in massage school that sucked and nobody told them? And then that person's out there trying to get a job and their technique is horrible, or their breath is horrible, or their body odor is horrible, and everybody was just nice instead of honest. It doesn't honor the God and goddess in you. It doesn't honor the greatness in you for you guys to sell each other short. Okay, so that's why I speak as bluntly as I speak, is because I love you and I care about results. I care about you guys getting what you came for, and you guys getting your gifts out there in the world, and you guys shining your light out there in the world and making a great living doing it. Doing what you love, making a difference, making a living, that's success. Okay? Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, Cindy, exactly. So you should get on the phone. You should just book a call, because that's totally possible. Her first year, she made $50K. Her second year, this year, she's on track to make over $124,000 in solo practice. She is young. She's under 30. She's a single mom. Okay? If she can do it, you can too. You totally can. And she's awesome. She's just amazing. What can I say? She's just absolutely shed the wimpy skin. She's shed the reasons and excuses skin. She's shed the I'm too scared, oh, I can't raise my rates, blah, 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 like all that stuff. And she's just going all in, and she's just killing it. And I love that. Everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves that. Okay? So, yeah, Daniel, exactly. Sitting on the couch and vibing in clients. How many of you guys are doing that? I am fully booked 3 weeks out. It just doesn't work. You got to have strategy and action. Hi, Matt. Matt says, digging your conviction through the screen. Yeah, right? I know. I'm just like, get all fired up about this. Motivating and inspiring right out the bat. Thanks for helping out the bodyworker community. Absolutely, Matt. My pleasure. Thanks for being a part of the community. Okay. Cindy, you go to www.rockyourmassagepractice.com/work with me. All run together. Work with me. Okay. Just go to my website. You'll see it. Okay. And you just click on there. You'll read the little blurb. There's also, you guys, I've got awesome testimonials and stuff from my clients. I literally have an entire folder full of screenshots that I take a couple a day in my graduate group of people just celebrating their successes. I bought a house. I bought a new car. I took my kids to St. Thomas. Like, epic shit. Do epic shit with your practice, and like, just decide today that you're not going to struggle. You're not going to be among the 97% that burn out in the first 3, 5, 6 years. You're not going to be the massage therapist that's the statistic living in poverty. $15,000 a year. Not inspiring. Not even $30,000 a year. That's not inspiring. Average massage therapist in the United States makes about $36,000 a year because you can't raise a family on that. You could live a great life maybe as a single person on that, but you can't. You just can't live a great life. And I'm not interested in you guys barely getting by. I'm not interested in you guys giving more than you have to give and not filling up your own cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't even pour from a full cup. The cup has to be overflowing. You need to be overflowing, okay? So that's how it works. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go to bed. I love you so much. If there's anything you need, put it in the comments below. And then let's see and just a couple other questions about my program. It's 8 weeks long. You start anytime. We kick ass. Enough said, okay? So it's really for people that are serious, those three things, that are serious about their success, committed to ending the struggle, coachable and resourceful, okay? Because I'm telling you, working with a mentor is way cheaper than the expensive mistakes that you're making. Considering, Cindy, that you left $100K on the table this year, even if I charged $50,000 to work with me and you get to make $1 million for the next 10 years, that's a no-brainer return on investment. Okay. So you guys just need to know I'm serious about this. I'm serious about your success and I'm here to support you. So yeah, if you think it would support you to get on the phone and look with me or Coach Amy about what's in the way and where you need to go in your practice, and just jump on that. I've got a couple openings tomorrow and on Saturday that I just opened up. So people go snag them. Okay. Just go snag them. I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with me for an hour talking about your massage practice? Duh. It's free, you guys. I love you. Okay. Have a great night. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.